So this just popped up on my phone. Get notified of possible COVID-19 exposure. California Notify. Your phone can tell you if you may have been exposed to COVID-19 based on official guidelines. So, your phone can tell you if you may have been exposed. Isn't that interesting? Most likely they're tracking you. Okay, it says how exposure notifications work. We'll click on that. Exposure notifications uses Bluetooth to collect possible exposures while protecting your privacy. Your location isn't shared. Let's see. This is some shit, right? Use the COVID-19 exposure notifications system on your Android phone to help understand whether you've been exposed to someone who reports having COVID-19. You can turn on exposure notifications. No, thank you. If you change your mind, you can turn it off. No, you're not going to track me. To use the system, you need to either download an official app from your region's government public health authority, or if supported in your region, enable it directly in your device systems. If you have COVID-19, you may share that info in exposure notifications to help alert the people you've been in contact with. If you've been exposed to someone who has shared they have COVID-19, you may be notified and provided with further instructions. Instructions for what? I don't think so, Mr. Government. Okay. Let's see. Is this something to click on? Let's see. Exposure notification system.
Battling COVID-19 is an unprecedented global challenge. To get communities around the world back up and running as quickly and safely as possible, public health authorities are building smartphone apps to help with contact tracing. Contact tracing is one of the best ways to stop a virus from spreading. It can take thousands of disease investigators to alert everyone who's been in contact with people who've tested positive. But even if disease investigators do their jobs perfectly, alerting the people a COVID patient doesn't know or can't remember is incredibly difficult. Smartphone apps that public health authorities build can help people at risk of infection get notified much more quickly. But a contact tracing app works best when more people download it. And being asked to download an app without knowing how it will handle your personal information might cause people to worry about their privacy, and they may not feel safe participating. That's why engineers at Apple and Google...
Your privacy is not protected. No app, doesn't matter. Your privacy is never protected. So this is bullshit.
Have been working together to make public health technology that protects individual privacy so that people never have to choose between their privacy and the health and safety of their community. You're probably wondering what that means and how that all works, and we're going to walk you through it in a second, but first let's be really clear about a couple things. First, apps using this system cannot track your location. And second, this system does not share your identity with Google, Apple, or other users. Here's how that works. For every phone that's opted in, our technology disguises your identity by generating a random sequence of numbers that change every few minutes. Then, using Bluetooth, anytime your phone detects another phone close by that's also opted in, the two exchange those random numbers. If in the future someone's positive for COVID-19, they can report that.
Okay, Bluetooth is definitely trackable, and it is definitely censored.
A positive result in their app. Any phones that had exchanged random numbers in the last 14 days will receive a notification that they may have been exposed to COVID-19 without revealing their identity. Public health authorities can then help anyone at risk get testing and treatment. But it's up to all of us to help with contact tracing. Do your part and look for your public health authority app that uses this exposure notifications system. The more people who participate, the sooner we can beat COVID-19 and get our communities back on their feet.
How your phone got the update. Your Android phone regularly gets updates in the background. The exposure notification system was introduced in an update to Google Play services. Okay, so this was updated by Google Play services. Google Play service. Google. Hello. So it says in the video, oh, Google will never track you. My ass. It says right here, introduced in an update to Google Play services. This update did not automatically turn on exposure notifications or enable any exposure notifications functionally. Exposure notifications only works if you decide to opt in. If you change your mind, you can turn it off at any time. Most Android phones get this update. Some Huawei phones may not get this update. What you need to get started. Some public health authorities build custom apps. Some customize a template app provided by Google. Okay, so provided by Google. I mean, do they really think that we're stupid? And some choose an option to enable exposure notifications directly from device settings. Download an official app. Whenever you download anything, seriously, it doesn't matter what it is, it's all trackable. They're watching you, they're tracking you. If supported by your region, you can download an official app from your region's public health authority in the Play Store, which is Google. Hello. Apps that work with the exposure notification system have a badge. Apps that do not have the badge do not use the exposure notification system. To download an official app, find available apps for your region. If an app is available, download it from the Play Store. Here we go again. The app tells you how to turn on exposure notifications. For help with your app, contact the app developer. Set up exposure notifications through device settings. If supported in your region, you can turn on exposure notifications directly from the settings on your Android device. On your Android device, open the settings, blah, 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 blah. Tap Google. Tap Google. Google tracks everything. Check or change phone settings, blah, 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 blah. How exposure notifications work. Once you opt in to the exposure notification system, it will generate random IDs on your device. To help prevent tracking, your phone's random ID changes every 10 to 20 minutes. Your phone works in the background to share these random IDs via Bluetooth with the phones around you that also have exposure notifications on them. It says right there. Your phone works in the background to share these random IDs via Bluetooth. Government, how exposure is determined. Government public health authorities determine which factors might indicate exposure. Okay, government public health authorities. If you have come in contact with someone who reports themselves as COVID-19, the system may share information to help determine whether the contact meets the criteria for exposure. So it says right here, they're going to share your information, which is saying that your privacy is protected. The day the contact happened, how long the contact lasted, the Bluetooth signal strength of that contact. The exposure notification system itself does not use your location. Okay, you hear that? The exposure notification system itself does not use your location. How the exposure notification system protects your privacy. Okay, let's go down here. In Android 10 and earlier, it says right here, learn why location needs to be on for exposure notification to work. So they're saying that before, your location will not be exposed, but it says learn why your location needs to be on for exposure notification to work. Turn off exposure notification. Delete your exposure history. Get help with your public authority, blah, 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 blah. Related articles. Blah, 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 blah. So this is bullshit. And I just had to share this. Of course, they're going to track you, and your privacy will not be protected. Maddow's Files. Okay, so I pressed continue, and it says turn on exposure notifications. Turn on exposure notifications to get notified if you've been near someone who reported having COVID-19. Your phone uses Bluetooth to securely collect and share random IDs with nearby phones, which I had already stated that it will share your location. And it's stating that it wants you to turn on your location and why it's so important. The date, duration, and signal strength associated with an exposure will be shared with the app. And we all know every app is tracked. You may receive a notification to share a diagnosis with your health authority if you get an SMS with your test result. Now, it says help make this app better. It's already on. I didn't turn it on. It was already on. To help maintain and improve the app, some limited de-identified data about app performance and usage to share with Google. See? Share with Google. Here we go again. Of course it's going to be shared with Google. Again, bullshit. Everything is tracked. Everything is shared, no matter what. They think that they can trick you into contradicting you with whatever they're saying. And I'm not agreeing, but I'm definitely going to turn it off. California, because I'm in California, California Department of Health, participating in California Notify is your choice. California Notify must be enabled to receive or send exposure notifications when you or other users have tested positive for COVID-19. You can turn off or uninstall California Notify at any time. Blah, 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 blah. I will let you read it. I will give a little bit of time for you to go ahead and read this article because it is quite lengthy, and Maddo's throat is a little bit sore from reading this crap. And of course you can pause. So, I'm definitely not going to push agree. Again, this is all crap. Everything is censored. The government wants to know every single thing that you are doing. Truly yours, your sister, Maddo's Files. From my heart to yours.